forever changed by the quote, Mexican Americans have it twice as hard because you have to be more Mexican than Mexicans to prove yourself, and then you have to be more American than Americans. That perfectly encapsulates what living in the hyphen is like. Hi, I'm Avery, and I am a musician, a filmmaker, a Latino, and trans.
Hi, my name is Deanna Mayashiro. I'm a 28-year-old women's apparel buyer, and I am Japanese and Mexican.
Hi, I'm Pauline. I'm a 27-year-old Mexican Guatemalan loudmouth.
So family gatherings were huge. My grandma had 11 kids. You would just walk into wherever you were going. You have to say hello to everybody, even if you don't know them.
It doesn't matter if there was 3 people at my house, 5, 10, 20, there's always dancing.
We'd all sit around a table and just like make tamales all day and share stories and just laugh. And then like on my other side, on my Japanese side, we would have like Japanese New Year's. My dad would stay up New Year's Eve and make shrimp tempura, vegetable tempura until midnight.
It's both weird and hard to live in the hyphen. There's so many expectations of you without even anyone getting to know you.
In high school, it was like I was too Asian to hang out with the Mexicans and too Mexican to hang out with the Asians.
So I'm Mexican and Guatemalan. My biological dad is Guatemalan, but I didn't grow up with him. So I never really got to get that whole like hyphenated experience the way that I wanted it. Even like in high school, some people would tell me, aren't you Guatemalan? I would be like, no. Why was I feeling bad about being Guatemalan? Why was I ashamed to tell people that, you know?
I barely feel like I'm allowing myself to start to take up space. And that's a concept I've been coming to terms with in both the Latin community and the queer community. And then like trying to merge the two together. Because I feel like it's important to also show the queerness that's in Latin communities because it's very like shunned away.
Growing up, my Japanese grandma lived with us till I was around 7 or 8, but like always instilled in me that like, you're beautiful, you're loved, you're intelligent, and you're my Shiro, like you're who you are for a reason. Same thing goes with my Mexican grandma. Just kind of like, don't take anything from anyone, like you are who you are for a reason. Say your rosary at night.
I think that I got my strength when I finally cut off my dad, who is my Guatemalan side. From that point on, I realized now I have to do the work myself. I feel kind of emotional talking about it, but being able to learn about it on my own was so important to me because you know, I don't have my dad to teach that to me. So that was just more like doing it for myself. Learn as much as I can so that once all this is over, I can take my butt over to Guatemala and, you know, explore as best as I can.
Like uncovering the culture that is my heritage was really fun. Like that's what was really positive for me. Trying to lean into like the queerness, queer spaces, places that wanted people of color. Growing up in the predominantly white and very religious, very Christian upbringing, I was so annoyed with being misgendered all the time that I was like, this is it. I'm such a person where if I just get frustrated, I'll be like, what's the quickest way to fix this problem so that nothing will happen again? If I wear a pin, if I wear a patch, if I put it in every social media, so that way when people look me up, when people meet me, they know.
As far as like me being Guatemalan, I never heard those accents. So I never knew about vos.
In a way, I would try and relate to someone that kind of looked like my body and not so much like who I was like culturally.
I didn't really see much of myself an occasional commercial that might be for something with a person of color, but definitely not queerness.
I feel like there has been a shift.
We're seeing more people of color, more mixed race identities.
It could be taken even a step further. Of course, as anything, it's a slow process.
So I think that Target's effort to amplify POC-owned businesses is huge.
I know they have a Pride section every year. I love going to Target, and they were one of the first places that kind of did that.
Embrace everything about yourself. Like, be proud of being that brown girl that looks a little different than everyone else.
Feeling seen is definitely important for me. Like, do you understand me? Okay, you're listening to me, but do you now see me?
Part of why I didn't want to be as open about my identity before is that people like to just kind of like hone in and just only know you as that one thing. You should remember me because I'm Avery. These little things are just parts of our story, and it's important to learn about them, but it's not our whole story. It's just a little piece.